Your body doesn't need sugar, not even a little bit, zero. And yet, the average American consumes 77 grams of added sugar every day. Now the question is, what would happen if you cut it out completely? Within 48 hours of cutting out sugar, your body starts to change. Within 2 weeks, you might not even recognize how you feel. It's much more than just losing a few pounds. When you say goodbye to sugar, changes happen in your liver, your brain, your skin, and even your taste buds. Today, I'll walk you through exactly what happens when you quit sugar. These 10 surprising changes might just convince you to start right now. 1. Your cells start listening again. Okay, let's talk about insulin for a second, because understanding this is a key to everything else. Every time you eat sugar, it breaks down into glucose in your bloodstream. Your blood sugar spikes, your pancreas notices this, and releases insulin into your blood. Think of insulin as a delivery driver. It travels through your bloodstream, knocking on cells' doors, saying, "Hey, I've got glucose for you, take it in." And your cells comply, absorbing that glucose and either using it or storing it for energy, including in your muscles and fat cells. Now, if this happens once in a while, it's perfectly normal and healthy, but here's the problem. When this happens day after day, meal after meal, and snack after snack, your cells start to ignore the insulin signals. They become resistant. It's like when someone keeps knocking on your door too often, eventually you stop answering. So the glucose stays in your bloodstream, and your pancreas has to pump out even more insulin to try to get your cells to respond. This is so-called insulin resistance. And it's a huge deal. It's linked to weight gain, chronic fatigue, and it's the direct pathway to type 2 diabetes. And it might be more common than you think. According to a 2019 review published in Advances in Clinical and Experimental Medicine, insulin resistance affects somewhere between 10 and 30% of people. That's a massive number of people whose bodies are paying a steep price. But the moment you stop flooding your system with added sugar, something remarkable happens. Your cells start listening again. A study from the University of Southern California showed that just reducing added sugar by 40 grams a day, that's about the same amount in a soda can, and dropping calorie intake from sugar by 5% led to a 20% decrease in insulin secretion. That's a huge shift from a relatively small change. 2. Your energy stops betraying you. Okay, so now that you understand how insulin works, this next change makes perfect sense. People usually think that sugar is a necessary source of energy. So then you might think that cutting it out would make you feel tired. But sugar is a great deceiver. It promises energy, but delivers a crash. And here's why. Added sugar breaks down into simple sugars called monosaccharides almost instantly, flooding your bloodstream with glucose. You get that spike, that rush, but then insulin kicks in hard, putting all that glucose into storage, and you're left running on empty. When you stop relying on sugar, your body learns to pull energy from more stable sources like complex carbs and fats. So, at first, you might feel a withdrawal, but give it a week or two and suddenly, you'll notice that your metabolism begins to shift. So instead of relying on sugar, constantly looking for glucose, you become a fat burner. No more spikes, no more crashes, and you get sustained energy throughout the day. People who've made the switch explain it like finally getting off a roller coaster they didn't realize they were on. 3. Pain you didn't know was preventable disappears. One of the most noticeable benefits of quitting sugar is a drop in inflammation, which in turn leads to less pain. When you eat a lot of sugar, your body releases pro-inflammatory substances that make your joints ache, your muscles sore, and your skin flare up. Many people don't even realize the link until they stop. And this inflammation isn't just about feeling achy. Research in immunology has connected excessive sugar intake to severe inflammatory conditions. Rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, inflammatory bowel disease, and chronic inflammation that underlies so many health problems. So when you quit sugar, that inflammation drops, and alongside, the pain often just goes away. People report feeling more mobile, sleeping better, and recovering faster from workouts. 4. Weight loss becomes easier. Okay, now back to insulin. It doesn't just manage your blood sugar, it's also your body's storage hormone. Every time insulin spikes, it's essentially telling your body, store this as fat. And when you're constantly eating sugar, you're continually spiking insulin, which keeps your body in storage mode. It's not releasing fat for energy, it's locking it away. So the moment you quit sugar, insulin levels drop. That storage signal goes away. And suddenly, your body can access all that stored energy. A meta-analysis published in the British Medical Journal, which reviewed over 60 studies, found that reducing dietary sugar intake led to an average weight loss of about 1.76 pounds. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but consider this. That's without any other dietary changes, just cutting out the added sugar. But beyond numbers, people notice something else. Their cravings diminish, meals satisfy them longer, the constant hunger and obsessive thoughts towards food start to fade. Weight loss stops feeling like a fight and starts being a natural outcome. 5. Your mood lifts and your mind clears. Sugar messes with your brain chemistry. It gives a dopamine rush, then crashes you. Like someone making a false promise, then leaving you hanging. Sugar depletes vitamin B, which is absolutely crucial for brain function. When vitamin B levels drop, so does cognitive clarity. Your thinking becomes muddled, your memory falters, and you get more irritable. Also, as we've already talked about, sugar drives inflammation throughout the body, and this includes the brain. And it just happens to be that inflammation also correlates with depression and anxiety. A 2023 study published in Frontiers in Public Health looked at about 16,000 obese Americans and found something striking. People with the highest sugar intake had a 50% higher risk of developing depression compared to those with the lowest intake. When you eliminate sugar, inflammation drops, vitamin B levels recover, and your brain chemistry stabilizes. People describe feeling sharper, more hopeful, and more like themselves. 6. Your taste buds wake up. Your taste buds are designed to detect sweetness, saltiness, sourness, and bitterness. But when you overexpose them with sugar, they become desensitized. It's like turning the volume up so high that you can't hear anything clearly. Eventually, your brain needs more and more sweetness just to register the same taste. So when you stop eating sugar, your taste buds reset. After a few weeks, foods you never thought were sweet suddenly are. An apple tastes like candy. Carrots have this natural sweetness you never noticed. Honestly, even plain yogurt or milk has a subtle sweetness. And the thing is, desserts that used to be irresistible can start tasting too sweet, almost unpleasant. Your palate opens up to all these subtle flavors. The earthiness of Brussels sprouts, the richness of nuts, and the freshness of vegetables. This is when real satisfaction comes back to eating. You stop chasing stimulation and start enjoying nourishment. And honestly, it just makes eating way more enjoyable. So far, we've covered how quitting sugar transforms your energy, your cells, your pain levels, your weight, your mood, and even your taste buds. But we're not done yet. The next few changes happen on a deeper level, in organs and systems you might not think about. 7. Your liver gets a second chance. let's talk about your liver for a moment, because it's doing a lot more than people realize. When we say sugar, we're usually talking about sucrose, table sugar. Sucrose is made up of two molecules, glucose and fructose. Now, glucose, every cell in your body can use it for energy, but fructose, it can't be used by your cells at all. It goes straight to your liver. And when there's too much fructose, your liver starts converting it into fat. That's how fatty liver disease develops. Literally, fat building up in and around your liver. And this is a big deal. Your liver filters toxins, produces bile for digestion, and regulates hormones. When it's overloaded with fat, all of those functions suffer. But the good news is that your liver is remarkably resilient. In fact, it's one of the only organs in your body that can actually regenerate. Even if up to 75% of your liver is damaged or removed, it can grow back to its full size. That's how powerful this organ is. A study published in Gastroenterology examined children and adolescents with fatty liver. When they reduced added fructose intake for 9 consecutive days, the median liver fat percentage dropped from 7.2% to 3.8% in just 9 days. Another 8-week trial found that restricting dietary sugar reduced the conversion of fructose to liver fat from about 35% down to 24%. Your liver can heal. It just needs you to stop overloading it. 8. Gut and immune system rebalance. Now, here's something that you might not know. 70% of your immune cells live in your gut. Your gut isn't just about digestion. It's your body's first line of defense against disease, and sugar can destroy it. Your gut is home to trillions of bacteria. The good ones help you digest food, produce vitamins, and keep your immune system strong. The bad ones cause inflammation and make you sick. Sugar feeds the bad bacteria. They multiply, outnumber the good bacteria, and throw your whole system out of balance. So your body tries to detoxify all the byproducts, but in the process, your intestinal lining gets damaged. Think of it like a security fence developing holes. Toxins, undigested food particles, and bacteria start leaking into your bloodstream. Then you become susceptible to infections, you feel bloated, and your digestion gets irregular. When you quit sugar, the good bacteria bounce back. Your gut lining repairs itself, nutrient absorption improves, your immune system works the way it's supposed to, and the constant bloating fades away. 9. Your skin starts glowing. Here's where you will literally start to see the difference. When sugar enters into your bloodstream, it attaches itself to proteins in a process called glycation, a type of oxidative reaction. This creates something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. And yes, the acronym's perfect, because these compounds literally age you faster. But how? Your skin is made up of 2 key proteins, collagen and elastin. Collagen keeps it firm, elastin keeps it bouncy. AGEs attack both of them, making your skin stiff and brittle. The result is deeper wrinkles, saggy skin, dull complexion, and acne flare-ups. But when you stop feeding your body all that sugar, the AGEs start to reduce. Your collagen fibers repair more effectively, your skin tone improves, your texture becomes smoother, and the natural glow starts to return. People notice the difference within weeks. AGEs don't just age your skin, they age your entire body. They're linked to heart disease, Alzheimer's, and chronic inflammation. All of these progress faster in people who consume too much sugar. So quitting sugar might be the cheapest, most effective anti-aging treatment there is. 10. You lower the risk of chronic disease. Much of the harm from sugar, especially added sugar, comes down to fructose. High fructose diets, which are incredibly common thanks to high fructose corn syrup in processed foods, leads to elevated triglycerides, increased uric acid, which is a precursor to gout, and strained on both your liver and pancreas. When you lower your sugar intake, these risks begin to decline. Your triglycerides come down, your blood pressure stabilizes. Now, here's the bottom line, and this is straight from a major 2023 review published in the British Medical Journal. Quote, "No reliable evidence shows beneficial associations between dietary sugar consumption and any health outcomes." Basically, added sugar does absolutely no good for your body. Your body doesn't need it, and it works better without it. What I want you to take away from this is that quitting sugar shouldn't be a punishment or deprivation. It's not about perfection, it's about giving your body the chance to show you how much better it can feel. And you don't have to go cold turkey. Start small and pay attention. Notice your energy, your mood, your skin, and your digestion. You might be surprised at how quickly things can change. Maybe you'll experience changes I didn't even mention here. Maybe you'll discover something about your own body that nobody told you was possible. But you won't know unless you try. If you found this interesting and learned something new, give the video a like. Share it with someone who's been on the edge about going sugar-free but hasn't been able to. And subscribe for more research-backed content.